It's SOCAN, and we are here with Matthew Burnett, who is one of the co-writers and producers of Love Again, which is winning a SOCAN Award in 2020, the song that Daniel Caesar recorded. Congratulations, Matthew.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Can you tell me a little bit about how Love Again was written and how the work was done to create the song?
Yeah, so this is probably one of my favorite songs that I've been a part of, partially because I got to work with one of my heroes, the queen herself, Brandy, but also because, there are some songs that you're a part of where you write it, and there's other songs that kind of write itself, songs where you're a vessel almost of, something and someone, of a higher power almost. And this song definitely felt like that. It was kind of done in pieces. So basically, Daniel, whenever he writes, his process is kind of starting everything himself. Again, he's very obviously introspective, so everything starts from from him, either on a guitar or on a keyboard, and then he'll send Jordan and I just like voice notes of just like, rough ideas as it kind of comes to him. And then, once we're ready to kind of go in, we'll get in the room and actually produce it and make it make sense. And so he sent us an idea, an early version of Love Again. And we were on tour actually. And I remember there was this one day I was taking a shower, not to be too vivid or to provide that image, but for some reason, a lot of my ideas come in the shower. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the acoustics in there, but I was taking the shower, we were on tour, and the bounce and the idea, like the vision for the production of Love Again kind of came randomly out of nowhere. So I hopped out the shower, almost fell on my ass, and grabbed my phone, soaking wet, and I'm just like, yo, I gotta record this. Recorded a voice note, send it to Danny, send it to Jordan. I said, yo, I think I got the vibe for this one particular song. They're just like, yo, sounds dope. Let's work on it. Let's see it through and see where it goes. So then fast forward, we're in Sweden. This is probably February 2018, and there was this one day and Danny was just like, yo, I feel like making music. We're like, cool. Jordan always has a setup on him. We had to kind of put together some instruments because a lot of our gear was at the venue. So, luckily somebody had a friend in Sweden that, had a bass guitar that they were able to lend us. It was like very, very makeshift. We converted Danny's hotel room into a studio. And it was one of those nights where we started at like maybe 8, 9 p.m. And I remember going back to my room, it was probably 7:30 a.m. all night, just like from dark till sun up. It was just one of those nights. And that's when like the beginning of Love Again really came together. That was the spark. It just kind of was flowing from production to even melody, like lyrics were coming to Danny, and like we could tell we were chasing something that was special. So that's what we just didn't stop. So when we finally got to a point where we're just like, wow, like that really just happened. It was like 7:30. We said, all right, probably enough for today. Let's pack it in. And then after that, it kind of all came together in pieces afterwards. So, we got in with Brandy, ended up playing her the song. She loved it. And, she wanted to be a part of it. And then, from there, the rest was kind of history, from writing it to having production sessions, tightening it up. It all kind of fell into place.
Now, you and Jordan Evans aren't only Daniel's sort of co-writers and producers, and you play live in his band, but you're also his managers. So how does it work wearing both of those hats at the same time?
Right now, I mean, it definitely feels very natural. It didn't always feel very natural in the beginning. Jordan and I are producers first by trade and by nature. So management kind of came secondary, and there was a time where we were obviously getting our feet wet and, getting kind of used to the roles. But now, honestly, like it kind of makes sense for him. You know what I mean? Like for his managers to also be his producers, and just for it to be all encompassing because of the kind of artist that he is, him being independent. I think there's definitely an added benefit and an advantage to having your producers who are in the room with you, who you're creating with in a very intimate setting, also represent you in a business sense, in a broader scope. You know what I mean? Because like you're able to kind of see all parts of the business and to make sure that everything is cohesive and runs together. So it's like literally we're making the music, so we know how to market the music, we know how to brand the music, we know how to further push forward his brand because we create it all. So in that aspect, it definitely feels really good, and it feels like it makes sense for him. I can't say that this kind of setup makes sense for all artists. Every artist is different, but for him it feels good.
Matthew, thanks for doing this, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you to SOCAN. Thank you guys for always having, you know, your finger on the pulse of Canadian music.